Hi, you're a B2B consultant and you're wondering how you can use AI and automation to generate leads. Today might be a lucky day because I'm going to show you how you can create a list of ideal prospects derived from your ideal client profile, ICP. So let's dive in. So you can actually see this is a workflow that actually helped me to generate the lead that I'm going to look for. So I have a sample that I want to show you. So this is my full stack inbound and outbound sales system. Okay, so it's actually already implemented, but I'm not going to show because if I have to show each part of this system, it might take hours. So today we are going to focus on the most important aspect of this system. So from the ICP to the lead generated. So why is it important to start with the ICP? Because we need to know to who we are talking to. So like in the B2B world, there are a lot of businesses out there. You might not say, I'm selling to everyone. You don't sell to everyone. They are the category of people and they have located to this specific location. And these are the type of people that you can target. So this system is actually starting from defining who's your ideal client profile. Then from the definition of your ideal client profile, you can now look for the source where you can generate the leads, whether it's Apollo, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Google Map, and scrape those leads. So we are going to focus on this aspect today. So let me just show you how for the sake of this video, how I actually generated my ICP. So I shared with ChatGPT the screenshot of my entire system. So I told him to generate me 10 possible set of ICP that I can offer such services. Okay. So he has generated me a list of 10 ICP. I can offer this sales system to SaaS startup, to digital marketing agency, to business consulting firms, to IT service provider, to recruitment agency, to finance advisory firms, and so on and so on. So I told him that I want to focus on the ICP tree, business consulting firms. So I want to get a list from Apollo. So what is that ICP that has defined for me? So the industry, I'm targeting people in the industry of managing consulting, the size of the business, 15 to 17 employees, revenue from 300K to 8 million, spend manual process, slowing client acquisition. Goal, automate lead nurturing to close high value consulting contracts. Okay, so this is my ICP that are my ideal client profile that I'm going to target, and I'm going to offer them this service system that I'm showing here. I'm going to offer them this service system. So for my ICP, you can actually see that for my system here, if you are going to outbound, then you are going to run, let me say, a cold email campaign. So that's what you are going to do. And we are going to get the leads data. So now, according to the type of ICP, is of just where I can get the data sometime. Okay, let me say I'm targeting businesses. Businesses, you can easily get information from businesses using a platform called Apollo. So on Apollo, what I did is that I enter search parameter to get these ICPs. Okay, you might notice that I've not included the locations, some other few parameters. So I did another prompt and I asked ChatGPT. So what is the search parameter I can use? Focusing on the US, UK, and Canada market. I want business consulting firm mostly run by individual or a team of 1 or 3 people. Okay. Because I want to target people that are working mostly solo entrepreneurs, team of 2 or 3 people. Okay. That are very eager to use AI in their day-to-day work. So now and ChatGPT did very well for me. Okay. So it actually gave me the industry filter. This is just a summary. So we recommended Apollo search setup example, the industry, the company size, the location. I said United States, United Kingdom, and Canada. Job title, annual revenue, keyword, and technology use. So I went to Apollo. Okay. So inside Apollo, what I did is that I entered the search parameter starting with the industry. So for the industry, close here. Okay, for the industry, you can actually see that I have managing consulting, professional training and coaching. And if you go to my keywords, you can actually see the keyword consultant, lead generation, Clay. Clay is another tool that most people use for lead nurturing, enrichment, or sport in case that if you are doing B2B You might use CRM like Hotspot, Go High Level, and yeah, there are some keywords like cold email that might be included. Okay, so I target for the start the US, and then the job title, founder, owner, CEO, and then I actually want verify emails. So from there, I actually got like 2,000 potential leads. Okay. So now, if I want to use Apollo to export this, I need a paid account. And then it might charge, it come with a cost, like maybe from a start like $50 per month. And then you have a number of credits that you can use per month. But to get over it, there is what they call a scraper. Okay, that's what we are going to see. We are going to see how I'm going to export this amount of leads to my NA8 workflow. Okay. So I've built this NA8 workflow that allow me to scrape Apollo, verifying the email. So you have a section of this workflow that is in charge of verifying that. Because before running an email campaign, you have to make sure that this is an working email. Okay. This, the deliverability of this email is like having a good score and the email is working. You can send an email without bouncing to, the door of your prospect. Okay. So this workflow is divided into three sections. So you have the first section that is in charge of the scraping on Apollo, and the second section is for email verification, and the third section is to send the information to the Airtable. Okay, so from there, let me just show you where it's starting. So it's starting from an form submission. So we have a form that you will be submitting. So it is a form. So what we need from this form is a search URL. So we are going to give the search URL. So I really cannot see it on my screen from here. I'm hiding the search in case I don't want, because this is an active workflow. You might get, so you have access to the link. You can actually put some information there and run it. So you might use some of my credit and consume my actually workflow on any end. So no worry. Okay, so what we need there is search URL. You need count. Count is actually the number of lead that you want to scrape. So for the sake of this video, I actually put only 150 and start enrichment. I don't want to start the enrichment now. I will do it in another video. Okay. So that is the start of the, so you can easily create a form. So you can actually pause the video and see. Okay. So next, I'm using an edit node to actually define some value parameter like search URL count and enrichment wait time. So wait time is actually a formula because when you are launching a scraper, there's a wait time. So you will not just do it exactly at the moment. You have to wait certain time for the scraper to process all the information. Okay. So if you go there, so this actually the Apollo scraper, you will be coming to this place later. Okay, so you can actually see the time that the scraper actually took to run. Like the scraper took like 28 seconds. Sometimes it might take like 1 minute, 2 minutes, depending on the number of leads that you want to scrape. And then coming back to my workflow. So this formula actually give according to the number of leads, the wait times. So since it's 150, so the wait time will be 190 seconds. Okay. So after that, we have now the API, the Apollo lead scraper. So actually this scraper that I'm using, okay, is called Apollo Scraper Unlimited No Cookies 0.75 1K. So you might this scraper sometimes is a good scraper, is one of the best that I'm using. Okay, but sometimes is not like is having some issue, not like sometimes it's not operational, but when it's working, it's just working as perfect. So you might give it a shot. So maybe in another video, I'm going to show you how to create API and everything. So what I did is that, okay, let me just show you from the input. Okay, so this is the input. So I put the search URL. So in case you want to use the manual scraping, so you put the URL. So, but what I did is that I needed the JSON. Okay. Because you come here to the HTTP request, because this is an HTTP request. What we need is actually the URL. We need the authentication, your API keys for Apify. So What next? You need this JSON. So the JSON is actually the payload, the request. I mean the search URL, and then we have also the count and some precious information. So this information you get them from, yeah. So when you put the link, and if you want to get the emails, exclude guest emails. If you come to the one option here, I put nothing. So this some total number of record required. So you can put this information. So at the end you have this JSON. So you just come and paste the JSON here. Okay. So if you have your API key, so also there's a header parameter that is needed. You have to include it. So to have access to your API key, so on Apollo, you have to create an API key. So there are multiple videos out there. You can see how to create your API key. So how I got my URL. This first node is actually to run the scraper. Okay, so it's actually running the scraper. So how am I getting this URL to run the scraper? So I came here to what's called the API access point. So this one actor. So this is actually what I use. You just copy this, and so you can just copy it. You'll be having your API key directly connected there. So what I did is that I pasted it here. So since I already have my authentication set up here, so I deleted the API keys. Okay. So when it's ready, okay, so there's what I have this section is actually a wait time. Okay, so what is that? After you have the merge node, after the merge node, you have a retrieve dataset. So retrieve dataset is that it's actually retrieving the information. If the scraper actually succeeded, you are going to have an ID. That means when the scraper is launched from the previous node, you are going to have an ID. So you are going to send that ID to request to Apify. Is the scraper completed the job ready? Can I have my data? So it's going to provide you the data. Actually, for this case, it was successful. So it might happen that it can take like two iteration in case that. So that's how you have this wait time. Okay, it's not ready. So you have to verify have this code node to verify that if the payload is empty, then output is going to output JSON status not ready. In case this JSON status is not ready, it's going to run again until you have the JSON status is ready, is true. Then when it's true, what's going to happen is going to filter for all, because it might happen that within the list we have some list that doesn't have emails, and the list that doesn't have emails for now I discarded. You may have another workflow to search for the lead emails, but for this one, I'm discarding those leads that was created that doesn't have emails. So on the other part, I have this email verifier that is in charge of verifying the emails, okay, provided. So say we are going to keep only those that have their emails that is within the list, and then from there, what we do is that we are going to run it through an HTTP request. Okay, the HTTP request is actually calling to Email. Email is actually a email verifier. So I have some credit that I'm using here. So you can buy credit. I think they give you like 50 or 100 credit that you can start, and you have access to your APIs. So it's a good service since I've been using it, and so far so good. Okay, so what I did is that you can go to these APIs and have access to the API request. So this is the API request from here. Okay. So this is my API key. I need to change it. Okay. So let's go back to the HTTP request. So from the HTTP request, what you can do is that you can just come to you can copy to clipboard, and then you paste it here, and then so I decided to put authentication. You don't need this. If you paste it directly there, the API key is already there, just launch. So now you need some payload. So payload is the query parameters, is the emails, and the value. Okay. So I put some time out also. Then each time he's sending the request, he's going to check me this email if this email is working. What's going to receive as value is that, let's say state deliverable. So this is information that you want deliverable. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for. So when I have deliverable, what's happening is that we have a filter. Okay. The next filter, after all are going through the loop, you have a filter. If this email stage is deliverable, let them pass. So out of the 165 who came in, who were sent to email, only 149 was having an email that was deliverable. Okay. So, and what's going to happen is that you're going to merge the two information. Okay. Merging the two information and then save them within our CRM. So, our table, Airtable. Okay. So let's go to Airtable and see the data that was saved within Airtable. So this is Airtable and this is the table. So what you have is that you have the first name, the last name, you have the emails, you have the company name, you have the industry, you have the location, you have the job title, you have seniority. This is actually a formula to tell me are they C-level, are they manager level. Okay. So you have the time of working at the company, you have your phone numbers, you have your emails, or you have the LinkedIn profile. Is going to be useful for the engagement process. The LinkedIn company, the company website, and this other section is actually to starting the enrichment part for before the campaign. So okay, so this is actually the result of this paper. So from this workflow, we are able to create a verified list of ideal prospects. Okay, from our defined ICP. So we move from this ICP that we had, I mean ICP 3. Okay, so from ICP 3, then we actually have our search criteria within Apollo. We went to Apollo, we applied the search criteria, we got our list. Then using the search, we went to put in our filling this form. And then from the form, it's automatically trigger because the workflow is activated. So it's going to generate to the verification. And then we have our leads inside the table ready for the enrichment. So after this phase, what we are going to do later is actually maybe running some qualification process, making sure that the lead is qualified because they may have some parameters that we want the lead to be qualified for, to get in, I mean, for them to be. So we might say we only want to deal with companies that have this amount, this revenue, or maybe have this, they receive this amount of funding. So we may have this type of qualification, or we want to deal with only with people, dealing with B2B, but this type of segment. So might be some qualification that you want to verify first. Then after that, you are going to have the personalization. So another video we are going to dive step by step on this entire workflow. And this is actually a $1,000 workflows. So we have been implementing it for clients, and then so far so good, it's going well. And we are also using it for our own agency. So it took us months to craft this and to have them to start seeing them some results. So guys, subscribe to the channel because I'm going to give a lot of value here. It's just the beginning. So next video, I think I'm going to focus on show you how you can generate leads from LinkedIn jobs and also from Google Maps, and then other platform because generating leads is very essential for your email campaigns. Okay. But most essentially, the ICP. Okay. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate the time spending together on these minutes. So please do subscribe. If you need something, put in the comment, and the templates, don't worry. I'm going to share the template. Just put in the comment if you need the template, and it's going to encourage me to keep producing more content like this. And if you enjoy it, like, subscribe, share. See you in the next video.